Number 3, again for DPP, does the Oahu Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals have a conservation plan? And I'm going to spend a little bit of time, as I promised every month I will give an update. But first of all, to answer the question, we are not certain what type of conservation plan is being referred to and whether or not the OSPCA has one. However, we can confirm that DPP has not received a conservation plan from the SPCA. We can inform you that the SPCA is required to prepare an environmental assessment pursuant to Chapter 343 Hawaii Revised Statutes. The DPP has not received the environmental assessment for review and processing. The SPCA has been informed that the environmental assessment must include 1. All proposed development associated with the facility, including development costs. 2. Proposed measures to prevent further damage to and promote the restoration of the wetland. 3. Disclosure of the potential environmental impacts of the kennels that they may have on the environment and the proposed mitigative actions. The project is also in the special management area and requires a special management area use permit. The project may also require a Department of Army permit. However, this will be determined by the Army Corps of Engineers. According to the SPCA, the Army Corps has reviewed the proposed development plans and has confirmed that a Department of Army Clean Water Act Section 404 permit is not required. However, DPP has not received documentation affirming this statement. Now, I'd like to just spend a little bit of time to update the board on the actions the DPP has taken since last month. Again, as I pointed out, I have nothing new to report on action towards getting the proper permit from DPP and the city. The civil fines from the grading violation now stand at $5,500. They have been unpaid. As I pointed out previously, the SPCA has a second notice of violation for putting or building a kennel at the Hawaii Kai shopping center without a permit. So far, fines are $800 on that violation. And for the SMA, the Special Management Area violation, the department is now preparing a notice of order to commence civil fines on that violation. So now we have 3 separate violations. We have, based on what we have seen so far in that conservation plan that I'm still not sure has been approved, we have held off on further fines on that grading violation, but it still stands that they're unpaid. The other 2 violations are ongoing and under active investigation, continued investigation by the department. So we're acting on that. I'll be giving another update next month. Hopefully I can give more positive news on this project, but so far I haven't been able to do so. Okay.
What? Was that the end of the?
No, I have just one more. It was basically community asked, please help with the collapse of Mapelli Road, and I'm happy to say that the committee and the residents of Mapelli Road did a terrific job with little or no help from the city or the state, and they're to be commended for a job well done. The city refuse trucks are running again. I understand that fire, ambulance, and police will also be using that portion of the road. So I'm just really happy for the community that it's open again. And again, a great job by the committee and the residents coming together on that. And I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, I'm ready to take questions from my left here. Ke alohe.
Aloha. Just two questions about the wetland project, the OSPCA. How are the fines accrued for each of those? Are they daily? Or
They're
are
daily.
Daily fines.
They're daily
and
fines.
How much are you allowed to say how much they
So
are?
we can go up to $1,000 a day maximum. I can give you the breakdown. I don't have them right now, but let's see. I think I have one of those fines. Essentially, they have to pay a daily fine. This is for the Hawaii Kai violation. Essentially, they start out with an initial fine of $100, $200 a day, and they're now running $50 a day for the unpermitted activity, $50 for the alteration work, and $100 for failure to heed the stop work order. So the fines are running daily.
Okay. And then second question, as far as the Hawaii Kai violations, is there a zoning violation as well?
It's a zoning violation. We've included it as a building and zoning code violation.
Okay.
They essentially cannot get a building permit for that violation because the property is zoned B1 neighborhood commercial, and it is not, kennels are not a permitted use in the B1 neighborhood commercial zoning district.
Okay. Yvonne Nelson.
Hi, Art.
Hello, Eva.
With regard to the violations, how are they sent, those violations? Through the mail? How are they sent out to them?
The violations are sent via mail. The notices of order and civil fines are sent via certified mail.
Okay. And with regard to the environmental assessment, is there a period that they have? Do they have to submit it within 6 months, 8 months, a year? Is there a period for them to submit it?
Well, they should have submitted it, given the fact that they were in violation. They should have submitted this to avoid civil fines immediately. There is no statutory time frame for when they submit, but basically the environmental process and the SMA process are basically a step 1 and step 2 process. You cannot get the special management area permit until you complete the environmental assessment process. So since they haven't even started that, they're a long, long way. And even when they do submit that, the civil fines will continue to run.
Okay. Ken Goldstein.
Are you going to require any remediation, assuming they don't get their permits for the work they've already done?
Oh, I'm almost positive of it. Based on the SMA permit, the conditions that we will place on an SMA permit would entail remediation and restoration of the damage.
All right. Questions from the board on that side of the room? Anthony Austin.
Is there any cap on the fines?
No.
Second question is, if there's no cap on the fines,
It's $1,000 a day cap, but in terms of overall fines, until the violation is corrected, the fines have no limit. Essentially, at some point, if the fines get to be so excessive that the department recognizes that the violator does not intend to correct and just tends to ignore us, then what we will do is place a lien and ultimately foreclose on the property.
That was the answer to my second question. Thank you.
Any other questions? Jeannie?
I was just wondering about payment of the fines and responsibilities, since SPCA gets funding from many sources, nonprofits, and, you know, it's a good cause, and yet these fines, which they have just let keep running, are they personally liable, or is this money just coming from sources who believe in their higher goal?
We are fining the organization, not anyone individually.
Okay. Ken Lavasser?
Microphone. Two questions. Well, one actually related to the subject. Are you done with your report after this? Okay, because I'll follow on with my, the question is on a different subject, the second one. Okay, now, would these fines apply to the cost of a project, increasing it above $500,000, making it a major SMA project?
No,
They don't apply in that
the
direction.
fines cannot be applied to
In that
anything else.
direction.
The fines are the fines.
Okay, separate category. Am I the
Okay.
last? I got another question on a different...